Good morning, good morning, good fucking morning. That's what I'm having. How about you? Well, watch these hitter prop videos. I think that your fucking days will definitely get better. 18 out of 26 hitters that we discussed yesterday got hits in their games. We didn't touch Adam Frazier. We did get let down by Isaiah Kinner Felipe, but Altuve took care of us. Max Muncy took care of us. JD Martinez took care of us. So our regular go-to guys were profitable and cashing for us yesterday. If you are on the team, aka the Patreon, if you are on the videos, if you're in the Pub Sports Radio Discord, then you should be getting this fucking info from me. You should be cashing with me. Let's get back into fucking today's fucking games. Rather interesting list. I'll say this. There's some teams and some players here that I will not be touching. But chances are, if you touch everybody that I'm going to mention in the next 20 minutes, you're going to fucking make money. So let's start it off. Pittsburgh against Colorado. Wilmer Defoe, 2 for 5 with a home run. And Mr. Adam Frazier, 1 for 3, coming off a day where he had a home run and a double. So instantly right there, those are the two guys that pop off. On a side note, Brian Reynolds, Gregory Polanco also have value, but it is Sunday. It is a getaway day for a lot of these teams, so be cautious. Over to Milwaukee and Washington. I like two guys on Milwaukee, two guys that we know, a former Blue Jay and Mr. Shaw, 2 for 6 with a home run, and then Christian Yelich, who seems to be finding his way, come back from injury, 350 average, 20 at-bats, and 2 home runs. So a guy definitely to take a look at. On the Philadelphia side, Gene Segura, 286, 7 at-bats. Matt Joyce, 286, 7 at-bats, and 1 homer. A lot of these former Tampa Bay Ray guys hit against the Tampa Bay Rays, so Joyce may be interesting for a Sunday selection. And Gene Segura, he's hitting over 300 this year, so instantly he gets consideration just because of his overall average. Aaron Judge for the New York Yankees. Listen, Judge did not come through yesterday, and I think he comes through today. If he plays, I think he hits a home run. I think that when he's playing and batting behind Stanton, he has that much more value to me, at least, because pick your poison, Stanton or Judge. I'd rather fucking walk Stanton and pitch to the younger Judge. So that's my thinking on that. In the Baltimore-Chicago White Sox game, obviously with the White Sox, they are facing a lefty. They are facing a lefty that is making a spot start or joining the rotation. So I do think that pretty much everybody in their fucking lineup has value. Leury Garcia, Andrew Vaughn, fucking Tim Anderson, fucking Yoel Moncada, fucking Yermin Mercedes, Jose Abreu. Like, there isn't anybody I don't think that has that doesn't have value. Even Adam Eden and Jake Lamb. So I'll probably be pretty fucking heavy on the White Sox today. On the Baltimore side, they do have a little bit of recent success against Giolito, who is a little injured. He was injured in that St. Louis game, managed to get through. Cedric Mullins, 3 for 4. Mikael Franco, 2 for 3, who's on a 5 or 6 game hitting streak right now. And then Freddie Galvis, the former Blue Jay, who I think hit a home run yesterday or the day before. So definitely some value there with those guys, but really you got to fucking touch props against lefties when the White Sox are the hitters. So that's just something I learned from the fucking K guru, David Sharp. Shout out fucking Pub Sports Radio Discord. That shit is the shit. If you're not in that, get in that. You're going to make money. You're going to have a good time. And listen, it's nice not to hear only my voice. You know what I mean? So getting back to it. Kansas City, Minnesota, definitely a game that has some value to me. I see Kansas City with Salvador Perez and Carlos Santana being two very nice in a groove hitters right now. With Salvador, he's hitting 429, 7 at-bats, 1 home run. Carlos Santana, 2 for 3. Minnesota, they got a couple guys. Simmons, once again, is on my list today. Cash for me yesterday, hitting a nice single. He's hitting 375, 8 at-bats, and 1 homer. Max Kepler, you know how I love my Maxes. bases. Max Kepler, 364, 11 at bats, and 1 homer. What's going on, Billy? Welcome on in, buddy. I think that with Minnesota, against these American League Central Division opponents, I think that this is somewhere that you could expect them to start getting some hits. I'm not saying that there's going to be runs, but hits. Here's a game that I'm going to be pretty big on is a Houston-San Diego game. What the fuck is new with the amount of late inning scoring that's gone on in this series the last 2 days? How can you not? I'm looking at Jake Cronenworth, who only has a small sample size of 1 for 3, but I'm a guy that gets on Jake to fucking score runs, hit singles, and go over bases. So I'm perfectly fine fucking getting on that triple header, but when it comes to Eric Hosmer, a guy that I really haven't been involved with a lot, he is hitting 318 with 22 at-bats and a home run. Obviously, Fernando Tatis, he's going to be on all of my fucking plays. Runs, singles, doubles, home runs, over bases. So with Tatis, when he's running high, might as well just fucking ride it all out, because if he goes 2 for 4, a single, a double, a single and 1.5 bases, scores a run, you're making money. On the Houston side, obviously my guy Jose Altuve knows this fucking Blake Snell like the Astros do. He's hitting 308 versus him, 13 at bats, 3 home runs. So it may be a big Altuve day. Runs, singles, bases, and a home run prop. Bregman, 385, 13 at bats, 1 homer. Correa, 333, 6 at bats. Gurriel, 357, 14 at bats. So listen, if the Astros are going to go big on somebody today, it's going to be fucking Snell. And Snell just hasn't been fucking dominant. So we know that. All right, now going on to the second half, which is just as big as the first page. Cincinnati and the Cubs, make this quick. Cincinnati's Castellanos on a 15-game hitting streak, so you got to keep on riding him. Winker and him each have 1 and 2 hits. Eugenio Suarez has the most at bats and has 2 home runs and is 5 for 15. On the Cubs side, they got some long ball fucking blasts off this fucking guy. So I think that when you look at it, Rizzo and Jock both have home runs. Baez and Bryant both have home runs. Bryant is fucking hot as fuck, as hot as Nick Castellanos. 13 at bats, 385 average. Javi Baez, 286 average, 21 at bats, and the home run. So definitely 5 or 6 guys that you can get involved with on your own. Just in the Cubs and Cincinnati game. Thanks very much, Dale. Appreciate it. On the Texas-Seattle series, obviously a series that's been causing me problems, but the numbers keep on fucking aiming me like a fucking rocket to fucking Texas Rangers. Chris Davis, not the same hitter that he was before, similar to Matt Carpenter, so you have to look at those numbers with an asterisk. He has 11 bats and 1 homer, but he probably won't make my card. Jose Trevino, I think he got injured yesterday or the day before, so I'm not sure if he plays, but he does have 1 homer. In his one hit is a homer. And then Kiner Felipe did not cash for me yesterday on his over singles prop. He went over, but I will be going back to him. He is 3 for 4 in a small sample size. I do like him to rebound. And as far as the Seattle hitters, leave those fuckers alone. When it comes to the Oakland-LA Angel game, this is another game where I hopefully will be able to practice some self-discipline and just leave alone entirely, because I've been getting fucking bent over with that shit. Mark Canha has a home run, Jed Lowry's 2 for 5, and Chad Pinder is 444 with freaking 9 at bats. So 4 for 9, I think. Yeah, that's what it would be. So nothing really interesting there. Okay, so these are the next 2 interesting games. Obviously, these are going to be really good games for you to watch, for you to be betting sides and totals on, and that's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. Kevin Gausman is a very big conundrum when it comes to hitter props because Gausman has been fantastic. Quality start after quality start, very low earn run average. And then you look at his batter versus pitcher stats versus these Dodgers, and it's not good. So obviously you have to take it with a grain of salt because it could be going back to those Baltimore days. That's why Mookie Betts has 34 bats, 382 average, and 3 home runs. Max Muncy, 3 for 10, 1 homer. Pujols, 375, 8 at bats. Chris Taylor, 3 for 4. Justin Turner, 364, 11 at bats, and a homer. So I don't really know what to make of this number. So when I don't know what to make of this number, I just take my boy Max Muncy. Home run, single, possibly bases, and to score a run. So I like Muncy. I always like Muncy. You guys should know this by now. On the San Francisco side, there is a lot of success versus Clayton Kershaw. Buster Posey and Wilmer Flores each have a home run versus them. Dubon has what? 1 homer, 2 hits out of his 4 bats versus him. Longoria, 348, 23 at bats. Austin Slater, 4 for 12 with 2 home runs. That's the guy that I think has value. And then Devin Solano, 545 average, 11 at bats. He also has value. Yastremski, whatever the fuck his name is, grandson of that fucking really good MLB player. I can't remember his fucking grandfather's name. He has a 429 average versus Kershaw, 7 at bats and 1 homer. So I'm going to have to talk to some of my expert MLB cappers in the Pub Sports Discord to find out what the deal on this game is and if these numbers are fucking fugazi. Going over to the last spot, which is another fucking conundrum because you're dealing with probably one of the top 3 best pitchers in the league, and that's fucking the Atlanta Braves and fucking New York Mets with Jacob deGrom. On the Atlanta Braves side, Max Fried has been pitching like a fucking Cy Young candidate. I think he's only allowed 1 run or fewer in all of his last 4 starts. But Jonathan Villar, Thomas Nido, and Lindor have gotten hits off of him. Lindor has a home run. Villar's 375, 8 at bats. Nido, 2 for 5. Nido's a guy that I like. John Villar is a guy that I like. I think both of them have been getting hits in this series. So I think that there's definitely value for them hitting at home versus this Atlanta fucking Braves team. On the Braves side, this is where it gets a little sticky, you know. There are decent numbers for some of these Braves against DeGrom. Acuna, 320 average, 25 at bats. Camargo, 26 at bats, a home run, 269 average. Freddie Freeman, 271 average, 48 at bats and 2 home runs. And then, of course, my fucking diamond in the rough, Austin Riley, 286, 7 at bats, 1 homer. I think that there's going to be value on these Braves, you know. When DeGrom does give up hits, they are home runs often. So we'll see what happens. But I've identified everybody that you should be looking at as far as batter versus pitcher success stories. And hopefully they can come through again, you know. If you're on Bet365, you have singles. If you're on Bodog and Bovada, it gets a little more tricky of how to lay your bets. But, yeah, it's going to be it's hopefully going to be a nice day. So kept it under 15 minutes. I'm going to let you guys go. Of course, look at the bottom of the screen. Be a sex worker's BFF. Make that money. Spend that money on them. And, of course, listen, if you're going to eat a chicken tender, don't dip it in barbecue sauce. Don't you fucking dare dip it in honey mustard. You dip that thing in golden, organic honey. And just so you know, all honey is organic. So, Billy, that would be Marcel Osuna. Yeah. He got domestic. All right, boys, let's fucking microwave bacon this shit up. And then I'm going to fucking hit the road. Meaning I'm going to leave this room. I'm going to go sit in my living room and digest these numbers. Because I sit in here enough and I don't like it. So pack them if you got them. Have a great day. Let's cash some tickets and let's fucking support sex workers and strippers.